Okay, that's kind of a strange one. Are we back? Looks like Twitch is having a funny 5 minutes again. Right then, so let's got rid of them. So let me save that one sec. I'm going to load up my test map. Actually, I need to switch folders as well. Actually, did I put it in here? Probably not. Let me just check something a sec. No, that'll be the other McCain's. Right, so I'm just going to reload one sec, guys. And actually, I'm going to show you how it saves. I'll show you what I've been working on. I think you'd be kind of happy. There you go. So the screen should go black for a moment. I do apologize. Let me just boot up the mod folder switcher. Go to factories for the new map. And my game just crashed. My goodness, come on. Giant, sort yourself out. Close program. There we go. And let's try that again. Yeah, so that harvester, the forage harvester, obviously this class one and this John Deere one, they're both on the website, Sim Gaming Lines by myself. If any of you guys want to check them out, obviously come. Where are you? Where is that one? There we go. Obviously they do have capacities. One thing I do need to look at is the why it's not showing a capacity when you own that. I think it might be a setting I've missed. Forage harvester. Let me have a quick look at while this is loading back up. Forage harvester. So that was the Jaguar 960 TT, and it comes obviously with the John Deere version. Let me see something sec. Would that be show and shop? Show on info HUD. That's probably what it is. And show on HUD. Yes, there we go. All showing as false. Why would that one show as silage additive? I'm just trying to see if I can spot the difference between the two. What the heck? And oh, how the heck do you pronounce that? Besman Wagon, I think that is. Thank you very much, buddy, for that follow, and obviously welcome on in. What am I missing? What am I missing in here? That. That's fine. That's fine. I think it's that line right there. Okay. I will have to have a look at that later on. Not to worry. Right. Anyway, so as I was saying, yeah. Obviously, you've got new factories. Obviously, like I mentioned, the beehives are now working. I will jump over here. So obviously, I am on base game Elm Creek. Obviously, got the bees now working. What I did do is with the trigger, the spawn trigger, it's now doubling the pallets coming out rather than just a single load. Obviously, I haven't done anything really with this. But the pallet visuals are showing, which I kind of like when you got some in storage. Obviously, I did go through. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. And yourself, bud? So yeah, obviously one thing I did do is change obviously the good old logo there. One thing I was kind of thinking I might do before releasing them is see if I can get these to spawn back in like they used to in 19. But yeah, the trigger seems to be fine as well. So you got your single, your bee farm, which has obviously your 8 huts there, and then obviously that. Obviously all working fine, error free, which is one cool thing. The other thing is right here, and I'll give you a hint. Yes, McCain is back in its original form. don't need to put that on. I need. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Flight mode there. So let's go up. So for any of you guys who haven't seen the original McCain factory from PV19, this is it. Obviously, as you can tell, it is a lot bigger than what we currently have. I kind of wanted to take it back to how it was in 19. Obviously, with Dave doing his new 16x map, Darius doing a 64x map, kind of want something big and bulky. So I thought, why not just do the whole thing again as it was? Just good, chilling in your room. Cool. Well, thank you very much for chilling. So this is literally taking it back to how it used to look, kind of. Obviously, the only thing that's changed is the fans on top. I actually had to change them because I wanted to get the fans actually rotating. I actually got that working. I've added in additional palette visuals at the front here for your input products, which I think is kind of cool. Let me go down. So obviously you're going to have the same as what is currently in the small one that we've got in a minute. So obviously you're going to need your potatoes, your salt, your pepper, onions, sunflower oil, pallets and water as input products. Obviously when you place this down, all of these are empty. As you put the products in, they start spawning in. Obviously you've got the overall displays, so you can keep a good count. Obviously as you can see I've got quite a bit in storage wise. One thing I did add back in is obviously compost, as you're going to get a little bit coming out of it. Kind of made sense because obviously I've added in the water back into it as an input product, which was in the 19 version. Obviously you're going to be washing potatoes, you're going to get compost off it with all the bits and pieces from the potatoes. So yeah, I thought it was just logical to add it back in, and obviously the trigger does work. We'll get to that in a sec. So obviously each individual pallet product has a display as well, so you can just literally see as you're unloading how much is in there. Also obviously you're going to have your pallets there, your onions and your pepper. Over here is going to be your salt. Obviously this will raise and lower as you put your stuff in. Yeah, they should use the same headers, or you can use the base game ones. Team Miller. So just a quick one. So the two halves I was on about, obviously the class one here and the John Deere. I thought they were the most popular ones. That's why I created the pack. Obviously I did put a couple of headers in with it. I think it was, if I remember rightly, the Orbis was for one, and I can't try to think what the John Deere one was. Maybe this one. But obviously you can switch between the two. If you wanted to use just one header, you can. Obviously the one I was using for the Poplar is off the in-game mod hub. That'll fit onto any forage harvester. But obviously if you are using these headers, make note that some do a different process. For instance, these guys here cut the crops, your grass, whatever. But then you got ones like this which will pick up pre-cut grass. So yeah, obviously this is the base game Poplar one. I thought 1 row or 2 meter whatever, it's too small. That's why I went for that 6 one. I'd love to try and use this for something at some point. But yeah, so enjoy. Obviously it does have, I think it's about 500,000 capacity on this second option, Team Miller, for both of them. But yeah, so anyway, so back to this. So the salt, obviously got a fill plane there that will raise and lower. I'll put a fresh one down so you can see the pit underneath. Obviously on this side is going to be where your potatoes are. Let me jump in here if I can. Obviously one thing I did make sure to do as well is that if you're using a belly bottom trailer like the pace setter, it will unload. Obviously I've got potatoes in there already, and if I just hit the eye, you can see it's unloading there underneath. So you can use this trailer, you can use any trailer, okay? I know one of the things with a few of the current factories is you're unable to unload with obviously a pace setter or something like that. And obviously same thing again on this side, you've got your potato fill plane coming up, which is kind of nice. And then obviously on the side here, you've got your water drop off. Right, so the other thing around the side here, there's going to be one other drop off for you guys. I also play this gem. Both on PC is not strong enough. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, I was kind of like that in FS19. I struggled a lot to play a lot of the maps. Obviously, I was at the time I was playing on a laptop with a very crap setup. But yeah, thankfully to the community, they actually were able to sort me out a new computer and stuff. And I've obviously been able to play the game on high settings. Obviously, I could bring this up. I'm hitting 60 frames. It's all bouncing a little bit around. But yeah, I could unlock that and it'll hit a lot higher frame rates. So anyway, one thing I did do is obviously around here we've got your sunflower unload area. Obviously you got your trigger there and just some palette visuals. One thing I did do is I matched the palette visuals to the capacity. So if I come into here a sec and bring it up, so obviously this is the McCain factory. All of these, where are you? So the palette, so obviously your sunflower, 45,000 litres is going to be the capacity. So you're going to see 45 pallets, or the equivalent to there. Obviously, same thing with your electricity, morale, support, and all that are going to be boosters. If you have it in the map, you can use them. If not, you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, onion palette, you're going to have 60 spawning palette visuals. Obviously, 60,000 litres is going to be the capacity. Salt, pepper, and all that. Same thing again. I've tried to keep it equal. One thing with, obviously, you may have noticed as well there, but further down, I did increase the storages for the outgoing products. Obviously, I thought 20,000 litres was tiny, to be honest. I've actually gone in and edited the current McCain's to be hold a lot more, because I'm just not getting over there quick enough to unload it all. And obviously you do have your compost coming out of this now as well. And obviously I've just set it to 50,000 for that for now. But obviously over here you've got 80 pallets of each of the output products. This is, as you can see, it's going to all correspond to the display above. Obviously the teleport is going to be right in front of the trigger here. Now one thing that's kind of cool, let me turn this flight mode off a sec. Obviously Dave's mentioned he wants the spawning to spawn more pallets. So what I've actually done, let me actually come out here, and hopefully this is going to work perfectly. Right, so they come here, spawn items. I'm going to spawn the maximum I can, and as you can see, it's still a bit tricky, but you should get 6 stacks of 3 spawning. Obviously, if you have them spawning as they're being produced, it's going to stack them a lot neater than doing it this way. Actually, let me change that a sec, see if that actually works a little bit better on all of them. Spawn, spawn, spawn. So, yeah, I've kind of noticed some of these, I've tweaked them a little bit here, there and everywhere to try and get them looking a little better, and that's pretty much the best I can do. Obviously you've got plenty of space to come up here with the trailer, load them if you want to, use the forklifts if you want. Obviously you've got storage, a fair size area for a little storage if you wanted to as well. As you can see, they're all now starting to spawn in, and obviously each area is going to be set for that particular product. So for instance, you've got your French fries on the end there, you're going to have, I think there's hash browns there, yep. So obviously here's your hash browns coming through now. It's still a little bit dodgy, I don't know why I keep doing that. Your baked potatoes are going to spawn here, and then obviously your seasoned fries on the end. But obviously if you're coming in with a trailer, that's not going to be too much of an issue, these little pin in the butt ones. And obviously you are going to have the nice SGA logo there for them. Obviously this is going to be able to work on any map with the rest of the stuff. Um, you can't even open it. Ah, so probably what you find is something like your graphics card or something that isn't strong enough, unfortunately. Yeah. So there you go, guys. And like I said, all around the side here is going to be your collection area for your compost. Obviously, what have I currently got in there at the minute? So 9,000 litres. So literally just drive under, hit the R key, it'll unload into your trailer, and then you can take it from here to your greenhouses, to your orchards, or wherever compost can be taken. So yeah, took. I was kind of happy at how quickly it was actually came together. But obviously, this is going to be in one of the next future packs. Whether it's going to be this weekend, not sure yet. Kind of hoping it will be, to be honest, but we'll see. But yeah, one thing I do need to do is make sure to set the electricity, labour, support, and morale so it cannot be bought. At the minute, it's still set as default. But yeah, I'm really happy with that, to be honest. So, and obviously, each of these lines are going to give you a 25% boost on your productions as well, guys. Remember that. So, but obviously, they're not needed. So that's done. Obviously, I've got the beehive sorted out. There's a few others that I've got pretty much ready. So yeah, definitely cracking on with them. My next project, obviously, I've got to go quickly whiz through the factories I've got so far and get them sorted out and sent off to Dave just so that everything's correct for him. Right, let me go back to WolfCreek map. There we go. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so that's that. Obviously, I'm still working on the product storage. There's a possibility of getting the containers working. We were speaking to Braven briefly yesterday about it, and he actually said there's something in the base game that allows you to change the output for a pallet to be a higher one. So I've had a little play with it myself earlier. I got an error when it was trying to load up the container from 19 that I converted. Might need a few tweaks in it. I'm not sure. But obviously that is something to look forward to as well in the future with these big storages coming back from 19. Also, we'll be able to convert your pallets into containers and then transport them that way, so you're not getting huge frame rate drops with it. But yeah, fun. But obviously, at the minute, our focus is going to be on the factories. Obviously, Dave's working on a few things himself. Obviously, the butcher, try to get that working. Kind of got it working yesterday, but it's going to be a huge process to go through to get each cow type, each pig, each sheep, each chicken, and all that sorted out, and obviously age and all that set up. Hopefully, and whether it get done by the end of the week, probably, but I'll probably look more into like next week or the week after, something like that come out for you guys. And obviously, everything that we're doing is going to be running from the production revamp mod. So make sure that you keep it up to date, guys, as well. Yeah. I know something that Braven's added in recently. Dave was showing off the beta version yesterday. Obviously, it was to kind of change the way the builder option works that we've currently got set up. Obviously, none of you guys have it yet, but it could be getting changed to doing it a slightly easier way. He's gone in, he's actually tweaked a few things and got things working. Obviously, the animal scripting or the animal production, should say, has now been added in. Obviously, Dave was showing that off a little bit yesterday with the butcher. If you didn't see it, make sure to go over to Dajnet's stream from yesterday, and you'll see what he's working on regarding the butcher. So that is a lot of work, to be honest. He's got ahead. The thing that kind of got my brain a bit boggled was obviously they're using furniture and lettuce pallets. Well, why are you using that as a fill type? Why not use cows and freaking sheep in this? It's like, what's going on? I don't understand. Alright, so let's get this guy going again. But yeah, obviously speaking to Dave afterwards, yeah, it kind of. I got it. It's only like obviously it is only for test wise, but it's kind of a cool idea. Anyway, right. So one thing I do need to do is obviously now that this is done, I need to get this harvested, plowed up. So I need a tractor first of all. There we go. Um, One thing that's kind of excited me actually, and I don't know how many of you guys. It was totally confusing the whole stream. Yeah, it was kind of that way, even for me, Bodine. But obviously, thinking about it afterwards, it did make sense. Obviously, they were just like test products. Obviously, once Dave goes through, it'll basically show it as like Angus cow, this Angus cow that. One thing Braven has done as well. Obviously, you know when you unload the animals, obviously it keeps booting you back out, and you have to go back in and stuff. From what I can gather, he's actually fixed it so it doesn't come back out of that screen. It stays in that screen, so you can carry on unloading stuff, the different ages and such. So that's kind of a cool thing. I did message it to Dave to check out. Right, so I need that flower just there. And you have a question for you? Yeah, go for it. You don't have to ask. Just pop it in chat, and as long as it's PG, go for it, bud. See if I can answer it. I'll try. This could probably do with a bit of a repair while I'm at it. Go. When was the date when you thought I'd go streaming? To be honest, I've thought about it for quite a while. Hey, Linux, how you doing, buddy? And Tech Mike. So yeah, I've thought about streaming for quite a while, but obviously at the time where I was on a laptop, I definitely couldn't have done it that way. When a fellow SGA member called Mr. MP7 Reaper, if you're not following him, I definitely recommend it, guys. Let me give him a shout out. In one of his streams, REEPER, he found out that, or just don't know if it was during one of his streams or something, but he found out I was actually doing a lot of work on a laptop. So I was literally answering people's questions, sorting out support tickets for Dave, this, that, and the other. And he realised I was on a laptop, and I was even playing the game on the laptop. And he wanted to do something for me. It was kind of like on behalf of the community as a thank you. And he wanted to get a new computer basically for me, so I could actually help out even more as a thank you sort of thing. And obviously he was able to get the system I'm now currently using built. A few other guys in the community donated money, donated parts. You guys have been absolutely amazing, that's for sure. And obviously he was able to build it himself. Mr. Reaper, he tested it, made sure it was running at top performance basically for me. And actually it's still going to this day, right? It's like over a year now. And if it wasn't for you guys out there for obviously donating money, donating parts, being here during the streams, I definitely wouldn't be doing this now. Obviously, with having such a good computer, I've actually been able to go in and start learning how to do more and more modding side of things, which is why I've been helping Mr. Dajnet out with the factories and stuff. Obviously, been converting them from 19 to 22 for him, so it's taken a lot off of him, so he can focus on getting the map done. So it was at that point when I got the new computer, and I decided, I thought, why not? I might as well take the plunge, start streaming, and I did. And that was like actually just over a year ago, so there you go. So hopefully that answers you. So I think it was 12, 13, 14. It's either 14 or 15 months now, so I've been streaming. Are you thinking about a camera? I've done it once. I did a stream, a 12-hour stream a while ago. I did add in a camera so people could see me. It was a charity one, and I think I hit I can't remember what the goal was now, but I had a quite a good. It was like a follower goal or something, and I did 12 hour. At that time, life was a little bit simpler. Will I add the camera again? Probably, maybe at some point. I don't know. As I think I'd probably scare more of you guys rather than bring more people in. Maybe in the future I'll add the camera back in. Obviously, one thing I do need to sort out is my plugs. I need to get set up like a hub or something for switching and adding more stuff in, because I've pretty much got everything filled in USB wise. So for adding a camera as well, I don't know. I definitely need some more or another hard graphics drive or something added. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see regarding that one, though. But maybe. PV Uncharted Revisited will be released in a couple of days. Yeah. Yeah, so obviously Surfing Cowboy Gaming obviously had hoped to get it out a lot sooner, but obviously due to illnesses and stuff like that, he's had to postpone it. But obviously, like T-Miller says, in the next couple of days that will be coming out. I think they're just finalising their testing at the moment on the map. So make sure to keep an eye out for Surfing Cowboy Gaming going live to get that. And actually, while I think about it, Surfing Cowboy Gaming. Hopefully that's right. He's got such a freaking huge. Hopefully this is right. Nope, didn't think so. I have to do it on my phone. I can never get people's names right. So, because I've got it on my phone. Let's do that one. There we go. Make sure to go over and give him a follow if you're not already following him, guys. Because obviously it will be releasing the map soon. Thursday, 7 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time, or which is also midnight Eastern Standard Time. All right, yeah. And it'll also be on 5 a.m. Friday UK time. Oh, okay. So this Friday. Cool. And wow, this tractor's just rolling backwards on its own. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, make sure to grab it if you've never seen Uncharted, the map itself. It's a No Man's style map. Obviously, it was originally an FS19 map by Dashnet, but obviously it was converted by JD Fan. Obviously, JD kept it as more like somebody's save game, and that's obviously the Pompey's edition, which is on the SGA website, which you should be able to download. Actually, no, it's on the Modfolder Switcher. But obviously, for anyone who hasn't been around for a while, obviously Surfing Cowboy Gaming went in, kind of set it to how it was originally, where you start off with one or two fields and then a buttload of trees cut down, and it's definitely a map. If you've got a creative side in you, even if you don't, I'd definitely check it out. But yeah, it's more like the FS19 Uncharted. But yeah, definitely well worth checking out. Obviously, it's going to be PC only. It's going to be working off of the mod. I believe he's doing simple edits to the current mod pack and releasing it through that, or the previous one, I should say, the cut that's currently out, to work in the new stuff from the Platinum expansion. But yeah, definitely well worth it. 75,000 trees. Holy crap! Yipes. I got overwhelmed with PV Uncharted and WolfCreek with the electricity. And, yeah, a lot. To be honest, a lot of people, Tech Mike, got very confused with it, which is why with the factories that are going to be coming out now in the mod packs and that, you're not going to need to have the electricity, the labour, the support, morale to run them. They're going to actually act as a booster now, and only a booster. So you can run them base get so for example, if I jump over to what's near me here for a minute. Da, 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 no, I don't want you. I want sugar. So if I jump into here a sec, so I mentioned it a minute ago. So obviously this currently you need to have electricity, labour. God, it's freaking noisy. Yeah, so obviously you do need these currently in these ones to run this factory. Obviously with the next ones that are coming out and have been released, these are going to be boosters. So for each line, so if you have electricity, you're going to get a booster of 25% on your productivity. If you have two, you're going to get a 50%. If you've got three, which is going to be like, say, your electricity, labour, support, that's going to be a 75% boost on your productions. And then obviously, if you've got all four, it's going to double the production. So obviously, at the minute you get like a 100% boost, you're going to have, with all four of them, you're going to get a 200% boost. But obviously, you're not going to need to have them in the factory to do it. So it's going to make the life a lot simpler for you guys. And obviously the factories, I think some of the ones already that are in like Mod Pack 1, Mod Pack 2, that you can get off of DashNet's Twitch, are already set up that way. And obviously any future ones are already set up that way, are going to be set up that way. Also some of the other factories as well from PV County are going to be set up as a buildable. So currently the drywall, the glue, are already set up. Obviously just got to sort out the builder side of things. Apart from that, I've got Campbell sorted out. I'm going to be working on the vodka factory next, which is the one you can see in the distance there. I've got Heinz, I've got Ken's to sort out, and then obviously go into like Dell, Copper by Design. I'm not sure if they're going to be buildables, possibly. I have to see how they work in the i3D. But a lot of obviously the ones from 19 are going to be buildable again, as they were in 19 on PV County. But obviously that builder side is still up in the air on how it's going to be working. Pepsi, yeah, obviously Dave's working on the Pepsi at the minute. That's the one he's using to test. Actually, let me look at my little folder a sec, see what I've actually got done so far. Right, so bee farm is done. The brewery, oh yeah, obviously Sam Adams, that is now set up as a builder, or buildable factory. I've gone through, I've sorted out the Elm Creek sawmill, so it'll register obviously the resin and the chipboard into a map. Obviously you've seen the McCain factory there, the Pepsi working on the product storage, the steel factory from PV County, obviously that bigger one, that is now being converted as it was in 19 to 22. It works. The only thing I did notice when you activate the productions, you kind of get a little bit of a frame rate drop every time it does a cycle. Not sure why. Still looking into that, see if Dave can do a quick test on that, see if he gets the same as me. Not sure if it's just something on my end or if it's the build itself. The other one was obviously Piev's Concrete Factory. That is now pretty much like how it was in 19. Obviously that's a buildable. What other ones have I done? I'm trying to see. Oh man, there's so many here. Jeez. Obviously, yeah, like I said, I'm working on the product storage still. Just want to see if I can get the containers working. Um, Obviously, like I said, I'm going to be doing the vodka factory next. Ones I've got set up to do is I want to get Kellogg's back from PV County. I've already converted the building, Just got to go through, sort out the triggers and everything like that, the XML side of stuff. There's a few other factories on 19 that I want to bring over as well, which we'll get to at some point. One being the big flower factory. I've got Cargill, that's converted. I've just got to go in, sort out the triggers. Obviously, the reason I haven't done anything with Cargill yet is because obviously we've only got the base game animals. If Dave can get in some new animals in the new map, which is one of the plans, hopefully at some point we'll be able to get Cargill back. And obviously, if any guys don't know what Cargill is, it's basically a factory for making your animal feeds. I've got AVO partly converted. There's a few errors in the i3D which I need to address, but I haven't really done much with that. Obviously, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed it, in the Heinz factory where the sunflower oil goes, I've actually used an AVO sunflower oil icon for that. I thought it was kind of cool, little salute to them. And regarding your question there, do I have a job? I'm a full-time carer for my wife, so when I'm not looking after her, I'm helping out, doing modding, answering questions, doing other things with Dave and the guys on the SGA, streaming. Okay, and obviously thanks for popping in, bud, and hopefully see you again soon. But yeah, Craft, I'm not sure if Craft's going to be coming back, because obviously that was one, I think it was done by Wolfie, wasn't it? So, and obviously Dave, I think it was Craft and, the Chocolate Factory were both a nightmare for driving in. I wouldn't mind trying them out again. I'm not sure whether they're going to be coming though, that's the only problem. Smuckers, there is plans on it possibly coming back. But yeah, obviously what I would love to basically do is have all the factories back from 19 to 22, because they were so much nicer back then. And obviously have them as buildables where buildables can. Whether we get Heartland Bread back, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see regarding that one. I'm trying to think what other ones there was. Obviously the Black Diamond, I've actually got the building converted to 22. I've sent it over to Dave because obviously that's going to be one that's going to be built into his new map for making your drills to get your crude oil for making diesel and stuff from the desert. So obviously I've sent that over to him. PMS recycling, buildings being converted. That's another one that's going to be built into the map. Whether it's going to be working the same way as it did in 19, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, now that we can spawn from different triggers and such, we might be able to get it to work the way it was in 19. But both of those two buildings I've had converted for about 3-4 months, waiting for something to be done with them. But yeah, obviously I know Shy Wizard, he's working on a new oil drill or pump donkey, whatever you want to call it. He's doing an amazing job, to be honest. I love Shy Wizard and the stuff he's done. I need to figure out how to get an autoload trailer to pick up potato chip pallets. Yeah, use the universal autoload script. So depending on which trailer you're using, actually, let me take a quick trip over. Let me find my truck and trailer a sec. So obviously I'm using. Actually, obviously this one is Surfing Cowboy Gaming's trailer. You can use that. But I'll get a fresh one to test. I'll use one of the base game ones. Where's the Profiliner? Right there. Let's get rid of that. Let's give it a nice colour option. So let's go with a bit of purple there. Bit of purple. We'll release that. And while I'm at it, might as well lease a picking truck as well. Sod it. Save me having to drive all the way over there. Let's go with one of you. Just going to do this quickly for any guys who aren't sure about the UAL mod. So, works pretty easy actually, to be honest. I have it active in the patch one. I use the lizard flatbed on the SGA website. Yep. Obviously, it does come with the wider option, thanks to obviously Surfing Cowboy. He did this exact same thing. So obviously, profit liner with this one. This is kind of different to the other trailers. Oh, excuse me, but works the same way. Sorry, I just burped there. So if you're using the profit liner, what you're going to need to do first of all is open up the curtain on one side, and let me open up my F1 menu while we're heading down here. And if I do this, so if you, as you can see, see that box around the trailer? That is going to be the auto load area that it's going to be picking up from. So that gives you an idea of the distance, okay? So let me do this again. Also, I've got the McCain factory up here. I've got several pallets already spawned out. I actually went through earlier, raised the trigger up a little bit. Obviously, you can do it two ways. One, you can do it inside the truck, just by hitting the R key. Also, you've got to make sure that you've got the script active. As you see, that's just loaded up straight away. So there's two scripts you can use. There's the Universal Autoload script, which is the one I've got. There's also the add-on, ModHub add-on version, and they can both work at the same time. There is the third one, which is the palette specialization, which, from what I understand, has to be edited to pick up the specific palettes. Obviously, with the UAL, which is the one that I'm using, Darius uses, Dave uses, T Miller uses, most of the community uses, to be honest. Obviously, you can do it in the trailer. And obviously, it's adding it to base game trailers as well as modded ones. So the UAL will add it to the base game stuff. The ModHub add-on version adds it to mods off the in-game. So yeah, I have both activated. Okay. So the other way you can load as well, you can actually do it from outside, just stand outside. As you can see, I will unload, R to load, and you can start loading in right there as well. So it works perfectly fine. The only thing that maybe is something's conflicting. The nice thing as well with this is, well, if I walk right here, and I do X, I can open up the back door, which is really freaky weird. I can do Z and close the curtains, and yeah. So with that UAL, the Universal Autoload script, obviously it's by low key, and obviously I always go for the one that's on GitHub rather than ModHub, just so you are aware. Obviously T Miller's posted both of them there. Loki dabbles with both of them, but mainly focuses on the UAL, by the way. So with the Universal Autoload script, it's going to be pallets that are set up as a bale trailer. The ones I tend to go for is, if I want a small trailer, is the Brentner, this one here. Obviously set it up to a bale trailer and it'll auto-load onto that perfectly fine. Done it thousands of times myself. Works fine. I think that was the only one in here. Obviously with the ModHub add-on one, some of these random, when they're set to a build trailer, will auto-load as well. I've only actually been able to get one, but seemingly there's two or three that work. Obviously you've got the profit liner there that I showed you just a minute ago, which is in your miscellaneous catalog. This thing here will auto-load as well with the universal auto-load. The low loaders that are base game, they all auto-load. Also, the stuff from the Platinum expansion these trailers here will auto-load as well now. And what they've also done is added in log trailers as well, so you can actually auto-load your logs. So could be a key binding or something else going on there. Tech Mike. Um, but what you could try is to go to the SGA website, Surfing Cowboy Gaming's flatbed, and try with that, because that works perfectly fine as well. Right, which door do I unlock? That one. But yeah, as you can see, they loaded on there perfectly fine. I did add a few more on there as well. So yeah, not sure why it wouldn't work for you. Could be a key binding's one thing I could think of. So yeah, I forgot I have that mod. Yeah. So there we go. But obviously, yeah, if you do have any issues, one thing you can do is check your key bindings. Sometimes I find that they get deleted, which may be why they're not working properly for you. So obviously, you just come into here and then just scroll down. And this is for any of you guys. If you have issues with your key binding, sometimes you may need to reset them, or if you want to change them, you can do as well. Front loaders, placeables, map. That's the trucks, radio, platinum expansion. So all your key bindings for your platinum expansions in there. You can bolt a pat if you want to switch seats. That's kind of cool. Obviously, that's the script that allows you to have passengers and such. It's kind of cool. Obviously, all your pumps and hoses stuff there. Vermeer, easy dev tool. I love that option, the delete object option. If you ever have you're showing something off, like a palette, for example, and you want to just delete the palette, you can do it through that. Toggle HUD, scroll lock. What's that? That's one thing I don't know. Scroll lock. No idea. It doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. No idea. But yeah, so then obviously you got your Flegel Timber Runner auto-load wood. I thought I got rid of that. I have to check that one. Follow me. And there, guidance steering, helper admin, precision farming, speed control. There you go. So universal auto-load. So make sure that all of these are filled in where necessary. Ooh. Toggle horizontal loading. Never heard of that one before. Is that something new that they've added? But yeah, obviously you can do your bales, your logs, pallets. So yeah, it came out before the UAL template. Yeah. But yeah, but seemingly that all three can actually work side by side, but they may conflict as well. But maybe check your mod log file as well for errors and such. Right, did I get you going? I did. And you need emptying out. But yeah, as you can see, that the UAL definitely works for me, and I know a lot of people are using it. Very strange. Yeah, I think with this, the palette specialization, you have to add in each palette, the size of the palette and stuff like that. And obviously with the new palettes on here, obviously some of the sizes are a little bit off compared to what they have, so it probably won't work. But yeah. I don't think I've actually ever used that other one. Thinking about it. Here we go. But anyway, I need to get this field done. But yeah, download them, the updated ones, and just give them a try again. Tech Mike, it should be fine. So out of curiosity, because obviously I know you use Tech Mike, but I've noticed a few people call you T3. What do you prefer, Tech Mike or T3? Because I've wanted to mention it a few times in other streams where they said, "Oh, you're right, T3, T3." I kind of want to say his name's Tech Mike or Mike. Oh. Tech or Mike. Yeah. Obviously, I just call you Tech Mike because that's what I know you as. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mental. You know, I see in that trailer a lot of lime. Trailer? Lime? Oh! Are you on? Oh yeah, the trailer there a minute ago. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, one thing I am still doing, guys, is using the stones off of the fields, um, to create obviously the limestone, stuff like that. Actually, one thing I'm considering about doing is obviously with the stone crusher up here, that bigger one, is just adding in some of those field stones as well as an additional input, so you can still get out your limestone and all that. Downloaded both and UL. Okay then, bud. Yeah, hopefully they should work. Cause I do know that obviously that one on Surfing Cowboys trailer does definitely work. I was actually using it yesterday. I've got the nice thing with it, if for any of you guys who haven't seen it, actually I might as well show it off. It will show up in the PV mods tab, or it could be in your miscellaneous, just to bear that in mind. Obviously you're going to have the standard one, but you're also going to get a wide version. Obviously he got the idea from Dave. Obviously when Dave did his wide one, he decided to create it. Obviously I am using the standard size one right here. Obviously this is the 19 one that he's converted. He's done such a great job on this, to be honest. It's got it really working really well. Obviously you can have it as a flatbed. You can. I don't know why it still shows up as. Maybe I didn't update this properly, but it should all be an under one. Why is that coming up as a bale? It shouldn't do. I thought you had it set all in one. I have to get it updated. I don't think I've updated in a while. But obviously, obviously your wide tires, your balloons, your standard tires. Obviously, attacher is going to be a little attacher on the back. You can actually hook on a dolly and have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Nice big long road train going with that. Obviously, color wise, you can change it. Let's go for something like green. You can see what's changed there. It's kind of cool. Obviously, your frame you can even change if you wanted to a different color. And obviously, you can also do your rims. So he's done an amazing job. Obviously, you can add your plate as well if you wanted to. Which I did not add that. Stupid idiot. So I want back only. Yep. See, you can put your little plate on there as well. So yeah, he's done an amazing job on that. And obviously that's got to be on both the standard and the wide version there. See, that's what gives me. It shows right there, bale. So why is that still showing up there with bale autoloader? Not sure. I'll have to double check on that. Okay, the big one can hold 84 of the 220 centimeter bales. That's a lot of bales. But yeah, there you go. So you got the wide version as well if you want it. This one I will say does seem a little more stable, obviously being wider for Dave. I still like the thin one to be honest, but it gets through most of the doors pretty easy. So yeah, um, that one stacks bales crazy high. Yeah, it does. Now it will auto bales by hitting the control alt R. Okay. So the palette specialization one, that's a different mod, the one that we're using. So it should be the universal autoload script. I don't know if it actually shows in here. Nope, won't be in there. Yeah, I don't think it actually shows in here. But yeah, it should be universal autoload script, and then there's the mod hub add-on for it. Yeah, it doesn't show in here, unfortunately. Okay, you found it. Okay, there you go. And if you ever get stuck, just look for Loki. And obviously that's the one Reaper knows as well. He's, I think, helped out a few times with things. So, yeah. And the nice thing as well, with that universal autoload script as well, for any guys who missed it, obviously one of the things that's going to be coming back is going to be boats in Dave's next map. And obviously that, if you remember on PV County, had that big container ship. Obviously Dave did show off him actually getting the autoload working for pallets going onto it. So if we can get the containers working, it's going to make life so much simpler for you guys to transport, and our lives as well. You thought you deleted it? Yeah. Yeah, I've done that as well, to be honest, Tech Mike. Or Mike, I should say. I've gone through my mod folder, thought I deleted specific mods that I didn't want because they were conflicting, and gone back, and for some reason they've popped back in there. It's a weird one. There we go. But yeah, as my coffee is pretty much done, I'm going to get this field finished off. I'm going to take a quick break, just get a fresh drink, stretch my legs, and then we'll carry on with something else. But yeah, I wouldn't mind maybe adding some field stones to that one, so you can keep using that as well. But I don't know if Dave's got any plans for it for the next map. Obviously, whether we can get explosives back, that's going to be the big key. And thank you, Farmer Marks, for the stretch. I will do that in just a moment. Here we go. Thank you for the applause. Thank you. Yes. I felt like royalty. Thank you. When you take a break, I would take it off, as it's very late here. Yeah, that's fine, Timo. To be honest, I'm surprised you're even here. Actually, by the way, I have been watching some of your streams in the morning. Holy crap. Thank you very much for the screamer as well. Jeez. That actually almost got me. That did. It did. Jeez. You don't have to be sorry. Well, think about it. I come into your streams every morning or evening, whatever it is for you, and play about 101 different songs. So yeah, payback time. Jesus. Yeah, I'm playing Big Fields XXL. Yeah.
Billy is a nuisance. He will be gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
Oh. I do like Homer Simpson, by the way, guys. He's cool. Right then. Let me get this guy driving himself back because I want to take a quick break. So, let's just park you into there. You should be fine. And we're going to pop you into here. I'm actually going to turn that down so it lasts a little bit longer.
Fatality.
Ooh, fatality. I like that one. Bit of Mortal Kombat. Isn't that cool? You always look forward to that, yeah. Hopefully as of tomorrow I should be back to chatting a little bit more. As my daughter goes back to school tomorrow. But anyway, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I won't be too long, just a couple of minutes, but stick around and thank you very much for all this sound alerts. Much appreciated. Alright guys, I am back. Let's see if this thing's going to work. Oh, it is good. Cool. Right. Well, yeah. Obviously, good night, Mr. T. Miller. Thanks for popping in, bud. Right, so you're nearly full. I'll probably just stay on here for the minute. Watching this hard helper. He's going to need to be emptied out soon. We'll see if you guys got any questions or comments about 2022 or the game or anything. Yeah, pop it in chat. Actually, while he's doing that, I've got an idea. Obviously, I want to try and get this area in front of it set up at some point. Let's pop around, see if I can find a tractor. There we go. It should be under either PV mods, depending on how it's set up. It should be under this category, or it might show under miscellaneous if you're on a different map. It may even be under your bail stuff. Obviously, it should be set up under here, to be honest. It should be right there. But what you could do is also search through Lizard if you can't find it. JK Lizard. And it'll probably be somewhere near the end, depending on how much mods you've got there. So obviously it's quite near the beginning for me. Yeah, because I think, if I remember rightly, if it doesn't have the category built into it, it will be posted to the miscellaneous tools, if I remember rightly. I have to test it on another map, actually. That's going to be interesting. Let me do a quick test. Obviously, that'll help you guys out as well. I'm just going to reload Elm Creek with it and see quickly. So, save. I always do a double save, just to make sure it works properly. And we'll just reload. Oh, had a quick vape while I was out, because obviously where I stopped smoking I went on to vaping. And every now and again I'll take a too big of a puff on it, and it I have it loaded but I don't see it. Okay. Alright. Give us 1 minute and I'll just reload onto Elm Creek and see if I can find it for you. Hey Madeira, how you doing, my dear? Oh, I swear this thing takes longer and longer to reload. You're doing good? Glad to hear, and obviously Happy New Year! Because I don't think I've seen you since just before the New Year, so... But obviously guys, if you're not following Madeira, make sure to go give her a follow. She's an absolute stunner of a streamer. Obviously does a lot on like PV County. And this game is just gonna crash. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let's go into a fresh save, easy, go on to Elm Creek. So I'm going to deselect everything else. So let's see, lizard flatbed in it. I've got a few mods in here, as you can see. Where's the trailer? So this is what it should look like in your mod selection. And because I do need that the UAL as well, I will activate that. Obviously, there you go. So you've got the UAL. Obviously, I've got version 1.2.4.3. Then you got also the add-on, Mod Hub add-on. Obviously, I'm only going to need those two at the minute. Let's just check something. Well, that's loading. See if we can find it for you, Mike. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, she does a lot of PV County streams, but does ATS, ETS. As you can see, Hunter Call of the Wild as well. Alright, so yeah, okay, nope. Don't need to worry about that. So definitely no errors. So in here, let's have a see. Yeah, so it's shown straight under the tools for me, PV mods, and yeah. It should be right there, bud. Which is strange. But yeah, I'm not getting any errors. That showed up fine. And there's that one. So yeah. So it should be under tools and then PV mods. That one. Just check something a minute. What is that? That's 6 meters. 6 meters square. 3 meter wide. Okay. For some reason, I'm missing on not. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a good thing to make sure as well. To make sure it is ticked off when you're going into your save game. Sometimes if it doesn't show as well, go back out, check your mod, make sure it's selected, go back in. If you can't see it in the mod list, what may have happened is you had a bad download. Just delete out your folder, and this is actually with any mod, guys. Delete it from your mod folder, go back to the original link that you got it from and try downloading it again. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately. Same with obviously any of these maps that are coming through, like the mod folder switcher. If say for instance you download WolfCreek, you got all the everything showing in your mod folder, but it's not coming up in game, the map itself. Try deleting the map, re-download it, and what you might find is it just partly downloaded. It's happened to me a couple of times, unfortunately, and I know a few other people have had it where they've had to delete the map and then re-download it through the mod folder switcher. But hopefully, with any luck, I'm kind of hoping Dave's going to actually do a final version onto the SGA website for you guys before the next map comes, so you can actually play it without needing the mod for the switcher. Okay, I want the UAL mod hub and the other. Yep. So let me grab those links for you. So it's the Universal Autoload script and the Universal Mod Hub add-on. Let me grab them a sec. Actually, I'll get them off of GitHub because that's where I usually get mine from. GitHub. Courseplay. Alright, got too many in here. Let's get that the latest one. 1.3.0.6. Yeah, you see, even mine's is a little bit outdated. So there is the Universal Autoload script. Obviously, that's going to add it to. Actually, I'll download that. Your base game trailers and such. For anyone who's curious about this as well, if you do get a GitHub, let me go over to desktop. One sec. Say for instance you get a link to go to GitHub and you see this and you think, well, what am I meant to download? If you actually just click on this one here, just look for anything that says like FS22 Universal Autoload.zip. Just click on that, and that's the one you want. While I'm at it, I've got so many freaking different folders here. So there's that one. So that one is quite easy. This one's a bit more tricky. So let me click on this because obviously I haven't updated this one for a while. So same thing again, right here. Universal Autoload add-on zip. Let me just copy that and I'll put that into there. For anybody who else who needs it or wants it. Why did that go? Oh, it's weird. I have the UAL and UAL mod hub add-on. Okay, cool. Yep, so obviously, yeah, you need the trailer, and obviously, if you're just going to use that trailer, use the UAL only. Obviously, if you want to download anything off the mod hub, you can. Now, somewhere on here, they used to have a list of all the different trailers. Can't remember where the heck they put it. But there used to be a list on the earlier editions of all the different trailers that they can be used on supported mods. Is that the one? There you go. So yeah, there you go. So click on that, and this shows you all the different mods off the in-game mod hub that can be used with that the add-on. It's really kind of cool. There's so many. Now the one I wanted to look at was the Brentners. So there's that one there. So obviously there's going to be only certain ways that have to be configured. Oh, excuse me for that. By Archimedes. Obviously it's going to be side loading only. So that's going to be the small Brentner. Okay, so they've added a few others on. Randon, that was the one I was wanting. So obviously according to this, the bulk carrier R should auto-load. I think I got one of these to work, but didn't get the other one. Where the heck's that gone? Dashboard, channel points. I've lost it. Go back. Yeah, I'll have to look at them again. Because I could only get one of them to actually work. See that there again, you got these randoms as well, and I've got all of them in game, and I could only literally get one to work, unless they've actually been able to fix it. But yeah, there's a whole list of trailers off the in-game mod hub. So literally all you have to do is click on the link, and it'll take you to mod hub, and you can see which trailer it is. So obviously that's a nice little one. And obviously you can load your logs now as well, your bales, even your wood, poplar bale chips, wood chip bales, whatever you call them there. It's kind of a nice little trailer actually. Maybe a nice one for a starter farm for you guys. Yeah, just the first one really, but the universal auto load. Obviously, like I said, if you want to use any other trailer that's off the in-game mod hub, use the add-on one, the mod hub add-on there, that second one. And obviously you got a whole list of ones that should work. Even works with the ponges as well there. And it's been May supported as well, so yeah. There we go. With the map I'm playing since it's a 4x and double yield mod, I have a crap ton of potatoes. Oh jeez. Yeah. I'm curious, what map are you on at the minute, Mike? And let's get you going again. 96. Actually. Because obviously that there's Surfing Cowboys one, as you can see, it's been well used, that's for sure. And I've used that quite a few times on here. I've got two actually, and obviously you can hook them up together. Big Fields XXL. Oh, okay, never heard of that map. And how you doing, Mr. Jers? Well, come on in. Yeah, never heard of it personally. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. What was I going to do? Oh yeah. I remember now. I need that there. I'm going to clear those trees by that starter area. Obviously, where I started my farm on the original area for Elm Creek, obviously the starter farm that Dave set up on here kind of become obsolete. Actually, it's gone through like a couple of different phases on here, to be honest. Eee. Joy. So, but yeah, what I wanted to do is clear those trees, do something with that sign and try and get rid of it, and basically make a big field out of that. Probably end up flattening it somehow. There we go. But yeah, obviously over the next few weeks and that, guys, going to be going through the factories, getting them set up. I think currently got the tier 1, tier 2 stuff now pretty much sorted. I know Dave's got a couple that I'm leaving for him to do, like for example the exotic oils, he can do that, and a couple of the other ones. where they're not buildables. Basically, he's just got to literally go through, set them up so that they're adding the products to the sell points, registering to the map. It's stuff he can do now, so it's nice and simple. The other thing is, don't tell him. He's probably lurking out there, but don't tell him. But he doesn't have to necessarily do the dollar data fill type stuff and all that. You could just actually just use the name. I'm not going to tell him that. Because obviously when I was, for a lot of you guys, obviously I've done a lot of the factories from county, or 19 should say really, to the 22, and obviously I was never using those to start off with, the way that Dave's done them, so yeah. Bless him. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so all the trees on this area, probably down to, because obviously there's a road just there, I'll probably bring the field down to here, so it doesn't come all the way down to the road. I don't think we can get rid of this, because I think this is a one whole piece along here, in all honesty. Oh, that's not going to show me. Let's see. Yeah, looking at that, it's probably one huge bit going all the way along there. If I could delete that little section, it'd be fine. But I don't think I'll be able to. So what I'll probably do is have a field coming down to around about here, I'd probably say. Well, see, this is where you'd have that big shed if you're just starting out. I'll probably bring it down to here and go across and then cut down that way. That's probably what I want to have, but obviously I'm going to need to do a lot of landscaping further up there. But at least for the minute, I can come through the trees, see how it's roughly going to look. Looks like not bad size, but one thing I wanted to put in here is sugar cane. Because I've got plenty of fields for all the other products. The one thing I really don't have is sugar cane. Anywhere for a sugar cane to go on a smallish field. I thought this would be kind of perfect if it was. Oh, jeez, that was a heck of a punch. Yeah, nice narrow field, nothing too huge. Obviously, with sugarcane, it does regrow. So, yeah, a couple of years and I'll top up my sugar, that's for sure. Let's get rid of that one. And I just noticed something that's floating right there. Hello. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice that before. Obviously that's where the house is, so there you go guys, a little spoiler when you first start out, there's a little toy right there. My goodness. Yeah, I don't think you can sell that. Let me see a sec. I'm sure I've tried once before. Demolish. Yeah, no, Dave hasn't made it sellable. Okay. Well, obviously, if you are starting out, obviously you do have a fence down here that you can actually sell, along with all the rest of the buildings around here. Yeah, so what I'll probably do is just go into the i3D in a sec, drop that right down, hopefully that'll then just disappear. Obviously it'll still be loading into the map, but you won't be able to see it. It is on the house porch. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like this map, big field XX, it just needs some work. Alright, yeah. Well, that's kind of cool. One thing as well with some maps, obviously maybe the map creator set it that way so players could actually put their own stamp on the map. That's kind of a nice thing. Obviously that's like the Uncharted type map. Obviously Uncharted, you got No Man's Land, and there's a few others out there that are set up that way where it makes you dip into your creative side. Also, I did No Man's Land in 19 before actually I found PB County, to be honest. And yeah, I literally redid the entire map. I kind of wish I still had that save to look at it, go back and revisit it, because I did so much in it. I had one area set up to do like agro farming. So obviously, if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you got fields in between tree lines and stuff like that. It was kind of cool. But obviously, I had big, huge fields, small fields, a nice farm right in the middle. But I'd also gone through and downloaded a load of the snakes mods. There's factories from different sites. Obviously, one mouse, or mouse 2222, he actually pointed me in the few of the right directions. And yeah, I had quite a few different factories running on there as well. It's kind of cool. I like it. I ended up flattening the entire map, or to a degree. Did they play? Because I didn't hear them. How you doing, Surfing Cowboy? That's worked, is it? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. That didn't come through on my end. Let me just check something. What was that? Screamer and jump scare. Please don't say they've gone offline again. Let's refresh that page. Refresh you. That one. That's strange. Oh, I know. I'm on the wrong freaking screen. Hang on. Let's try that.
Have you ever had a dream?
There we go.
That
Right, so
you could.
Yep, that helps. I was still on desktop there. Oh, Jesus. For anybody who missed them. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And how you doing, the Surfing Cowboy? Yeah, really need to get them set up on my desktop as well. Later. I'm still a noob. I'm learning. Oh, Evil Reyes coming in with a party of 25. How are you doing, bud? How was your stream?
Billy is a nuisance. He will be gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
Yes, I am. And no, I won't be gone in 2 weeks, unfortunately. Obviously, if you've not checked out Evil Reyes, guys, make sure to click on his link there, give him a follow. He's been doing a lot of Valhalla, Satisfactory, games like that recently. Definitely well worth checking him out. It's not gone too bad, and obviously, because I haven't really spoken to you since the new year, obviously for anyone coming in as well, Happy New Year, guys, and obviously welcome on in. Just sort of see if I can get this working now. Yeah, so we're obviously on PV WolfCreek by Mr. Dajnet, who's obviously the founder of the Sim Game Alliance. Right. So I'm going to do a little something that I don't normally do, and I'm going to actually edit this map live on stream. So, oh, excuse me a sec. Obviously, for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's a 4X extended version of the base game Elm Creek. Obviously, he's added in like a no man's land around the outside of Elm Creek itself. Obviously, he named it Wolf Creek, and then added in some mining and obviously loads of productions, but we'll get to that at some other stage. So let me go over to the desktop. So don't do any sound alerts for yet. But yeah, if you're not following Evil Race, go over, check him out, guys. He's not PG, just give you a word of warning as well. Right, so I hope Dave's not watching. because he's probably going to rip the crap out of me for doing this. But as the map is completed, let me open this up. Come on. Let's see. This is what happens to my game every freaking time. It does not like me at all. Well, let's try to figure itself out. Obviously, where I've been editing a lot of these factories. Nope, definitely not PG. Exactly. Yeah, whoever the person is that made the bigger fields XXL. I like to see rows and to the areas auto drive don't work 100%, and when selling productions, it doesn't. All right, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, with the roads the way they're set up, they have to add in like the layers. Let's close that. Okay, so for anyone interested, I don't normally do this, but if you go into a map, obviously, for instance, Elm Creek, and you want to make or WolfCreek should say, you want to make a quick edit, or you just unzip the map, go to Maps, Map US, scroll down to where it says Map, then load that into Giant's Editor. Obviously, it's going to be whatever current version. Obviously, I've got 9.0.3. Do OK. Now, because of the size of the map, you may need to run a script. You may not. I always run the 16x script that I've got. I've also got a 64 as well there, for anyone interested. It's a simple setup for anybody. Right, I'm just reading what you guys have been saying. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Rules, translations, okay. Obviously, the nice thing is, obviously, this is just a 4x map, so you don't have to do too much. One thing I did want to check, actually, is, yeah. So, obviously, on here, there is some barriers. I actually moved them to the tunnel, because obviously, where I've set up here, obviously, I've got Dell, Copyright Design, and then my new BGA. Obviously, I wanted to see if I could move them, and I did, but it didn't do it in-game, which is a bit of a pain, so I may have to go through another way to change that. So, yeah, what I was going to do, I'm not too far from where I need to be. Obviously, on here, I've deleted a couple of the roads, worked perfectly fine. This is a little bugger I want to get rid of. I'm not actually going to delete it, because one thing what may cause is an issue later on. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to drop it below the map. Now, there's two ways you can do it. Obviously, you could click on that yellow, the green arrow, and just go drag it down. Another way is to go to translation or translate Y, highlight it, and do say -100. Obviously, that's going to be well away from the hard helper collision. See, it's all the way underneath the map there. So that's one way you could do it. Obviously, some things you can get away with deleting. So if I come over here, now that's interesting. So obviously I've already deleted this road from my game. I'm going to have to check that out, because I'm pretty sure I don't have that road there anymore, so I've repainted it a dirt road. Obviously once you save it in your save game, it should take effect, which is kind of weird. But obviously I've deleted that completely, and there's a few other roads around that I've deleted but aren't shown. It's kind of weird how it's still shown here. Same with this house, I've deleted that, that's gone. Didn't make any issues. Have a great stream, Billy. I've got to go to sleep. Schedule under control. All right, yeah. Well, thank you very much for raiding on over. I'll try and keep you guys occupied till I jump off in about an hour or so. But much appreciated, and catch you again soon, bud. Kind of funky. Now you see what the tables and chairs on the Platinum expansion should look like when they're unfolded. But yeah, alright, so that's saved, so I can actually close that down now. I'll save it again just to make sure. And hopefully, when I go in, that sign should now be gone, so I can actually terraform or landscape that area and do my dues. So FS22. So keep your fingers crossed, guys, because I never know if this is going to work or not. Right, let's go into the Farm Sim 22 screen. So if you want to do any sound, you're more than welcome to. Actually, while I'm here, I don't think they've added anything yet. Nope. Obviously, that's the one that T Miller was shown mentioned about earlier. Obviously, we showed off a little bit earlier. Definitely worth checking that out. Obviously, I've got this one as well. Which seems like similar sort of pack, but slightly different. Just have a look, see what else we've got here. Not much really. So there. But yeah, also make sure that they're all ticked off when you're going in. If you have any issues, check your log file as well. And let's just check, make sure that that's coming through there.
Hello there.
Hello there. Ooh, hello there. They won't be able to be added anything new until next week. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the odd one, but Cause yeah, 'cause I think it's this week they're just coming back to work now, isn't it? So obviously till look at least next week. So yeah, you're right, Bodine. Thought I'd have a quick look anyway. Have you heard of the West End map? Yes, I have. It's seemingly quite a nice map. Some people have had issues running it. I think it's either 16 or a 64x map, isn't it? Can't remember exactly offhand. There we go, that's better. Just adjusted one of my screens there, wasn't quite right. I like some of the concepts of the map 64. Yeah, I think it was Mr. Wheels downloaded it and had it up on a server and ended up crashing quite a few times. So, but from what I've heard, is a lot of people have had a lot of crashes with it. It seemed like a big flat map or something, lots of big fields and yeah. Nice idea, but obviously, I know I think you mentioned it a few times on, it was Dave's stream or Dashnet stream. Um, that is basically one big flat map, and obviously the biggest issue with flat maps is obviously it's going to be drawing in everything on the map. Obviously, where 22 differs from a lot of other farm sim games, one of the big things that they've added is the occlusion culling, which means obviously trees, mountains and stuff are going to hide the rest of the map. So like for instance right here, what you see is what it's going to be drawing in, nothing else on the map. But obviously once I start coming out from here and going around the map, it's going to start drawing in things like obviously the grocery mart over there, the roads down there, the trees. It's not going to be obviously doing so much the buildings over that way, because obviously these trees are going to be blocking them. But obviously where I come across there, you can actually see the big tower there. That's now drawing in and could cause your frame rates to drop. Obviously if this was a 64x map, and say I'm on one side of the map and I can see that building right there in the middle from the other side of the map, that is a bad thing. Obviously you're going to need to have those trees in your mountain ranges. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you are. This is why I've been doing all these big poplar trees around my farm area, because it's obviously blocking all that. What's it around there, the sheds and stuff. A lot of the buildings, base game buildings, like these guys here, are actually set up to have the occlusion culling as part of the buildings. Same with these sheds. So for instance, I look at that shed. Obviously I know for a fact in there is equipment in there, possibly tractors and stuff. But the game is not loading them in until you actually physically see them. So obviously once I get over to this door, open it up, it's now actually going to draw all those textures in, materials and stuff. And obviously if you've got a lot in there, that's going to really affect your frame rates. And it's the same thing with a big flat map, which is one reason why Dave's kind of setting his up to have a lot of trees in it, a lot of hilly terrain and stuff, so it's going to block out a lot of the map and you're only going to be drawing in a little bit at a time. And obviously that's one of the things that I'm trying to figure out with some of the factories as well, see if I can add that occlusion culling to it. I've had mixed results with the product storage. If you're not sure what I'm on about, let me jump over here. So this is the product storage from PV19. Obviously, at the minute, it's pallet in, pallet out. If I actually come up here, I'll show you something. So obviously if I open this door, that is going to load in everything in the inside there. Let me bring the frame rates up. As you can see, right now my frame rates have dropped down to about 30. Now if I turn around, obviously that's gone back up to 40s, hitting 50s. Obviously there's still a lot being drawn in from over here, because obviously it's just loaded in. Obviously over there is a little bit lower. But one of the things that the occlusion culling does, which is something I've added to this map, or this building I should say, if I close this, obviously as you can see the frame rates are at high 20s to 30s. As that drops down, it's then kicking in back up to the 40s and hopefully 50s. That's going to be the aim. Obviously if you're on a complete new map, you're hitting 60 plus frame rates. He has a ton of trees and also the way, yeah. So obviously what I've actually done with this building, I've gone through, added in basically a plane that has that occluder culling on there. But I've also added it to each little part on the doorway as well. So each section has an occluder, but also this door itself has its own. And obviously what I've done, I ended up on these bottom three, adding 3 or 4 onto each strip. So obviously at the minute I can come over to the door and actually open it, and it's got occluders on there, it's got occluders on there, going all the way around. Obviously it's just going to draw in what you see right now. Now the thing is with 50, 60, whatever, I think there's 50 pallets equal on each of these. You got 29 products coming into here. That's a lot of pallet visuals. Frame rates bomb dramatically. When I tested it initially, when I converted this factory and got it all set up, or this storage, my frames were dropping right down to like 9 frames a second with all the pallets in there. But obviously thanks to that occluder, I can come over and I'm hitting like 30s, 40s. Obviously if it was completely empty it'd be like 60 plus. But you're still getting a little bit coming through from the rest of the map. But yeah, at some point I'm kind of hoping to try and add that into some of the other factories. But obviously that's going to be coming out for you guys at some point later on. Obviously I'm going to be working on the other storages. One thing we're working on is trying to get containers to work again with these. Hey Ghost DK. So what you'll be able to do is unload your pallets into the trigger here, there. And then spawn out your containers. Obviously at the minute this is just set up to spawn pallets, but there's seemingly a way of doing it. Obviously got the pushers working and everything, so it's all good. It's finally going in the right direction, that is for sure. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, how you doing, Ghost DK? Right, let me just get this field finished off. See now, if you look at this steel factory there, it's that red building almost straight ahead of me. This is another thing with oh crap! It's not the occluded culling, it's the distance mesh, as it were. Where certain parts of that building are set to a lower view, only part of the building is coming in. It should really all be set to the same. So that's one thing that's kind of bugged me about that all the way around. Yeah, let's get this unloaded, and then I can get this onto the next field as well. Is this finished? Hey Tosk, how you doing? doing good so far. Oh crap, I need to stop reading chat. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Come on, fold up quickly. The biggest downfall is he customized the icon, different colours. Alright. Yeah, obviously, that's one thing that I've done is the player, it's only the player icon I've changed to be the SGA logo. So for any of you guys that's got either the mod pack 1, mod pack 2, and you're not sure, look for the SGA logo. That's most likely to be the player icon trigger for going into the menu. All the rest are left is exactly the same. And this is one thing I always have an issue with. Is unloading this thing. I need to find a better freaking stone picker, I think. One that can lift up a little bit higher. Also, I know BDB SSB has one out, which is not too bad. I know a lot of people are using it, but I think it's a little bit OTT. It'd be nice if this was even just a little bit taller. I think that would help. Fine, thanks. First day at work in the new year. Oh, nasty, mate, nasty. Oh, hello, dear. One sec, guys. Daily vitamin pill. Joyful. Yeah. Actually, how are you guys getting on being back at work in 2023? Well, it sounds weird to sound saying now, isn't it? You had to change the farmhouse due to 1.6 gigabyte. Oh right, yeah. Actually, there is oh, what was it? Darius Frost found out is if the map shape file is too big, it won't load. So that could be another thing as well. He could have done is have more dynamically loaded stuff. Also, having assets in common assets all set up into a different folder is another way of keeping that map file down as well for dedicated servers. Obviously, Dave did that for PV County and all that in 19. Actually, while you were doing that last little bit of field, I'm going to see if that actually went down or not. I hope it did. Ah, dag, damn it, it didn't do it. Dang, dang, dang. There must be something else. There must be something else I can do. How can I get rid of that? How can I get rid of this? Oh man. I don't get why that worked. I wonder. Do I? Oh, I'm a stupid muppet. So, one thing as well, guys, if you are going to make an edit, make sure to remove any zipped folders you have there as well. So, obviously, I unzipped it and totally forgot about the zipped folder. That would help. A torch and chainsaw. Yeah, that could work. Right. Let me just quickly come out of here a sec. Yeah. Also, another thing what he could have done is told you exactly what each icon's for. Dang it. There's that. Right. Come on. Yeah, I think I've done this once or twice before and had the zipped up form as well as an unzipped form. I think Dave's done exactly the same as well. And my game's going to have a funny 5 minutes. Come on. Come on. This is freaking annoying. Close. There. Right. delete that. Let's try that one more time, shall we? And see if the edit took effect this time. Oh my goodness, how you doing, 2022 farming guy? There we go. Yeah, so if you're ever doing modding, guys, you want to make a quick edit or something, um, obviously make sure that you run it from the unzipped folder, not your zipped, and delete the zipped form. Otherwise, anything you change ain't gonna take effect. Oh my goodness. Obviously, there is a way you can actually do an edit to a map or a mod um, and reload it without having to do all this faffing around with the Easy Dev tool. I've been playing around with that recently as well. Kind of helpful. So Ghost DK says he's fine. Yep. Tosk, doing good, thanks, can't complain. Cool. Yeah. Don't I work? So I don't have to worry about that. Yeah. You've sent a screenshot of the icon in Discord. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Yeah, nah, yeah, I'll stick with this. At least we can try and keep it simple, and obviously we're giving you plenty of warning, so you know. But yeah, obviously at the minute, the only thing I am going to even change is the player trigger, and that's going to just have the SGA logo for any of you guys interested. Mr. Tosk, thank you very much for the 5Ps. Much appreciated, bud. I'm not sure why that didn't make a sound. Maybe it did. Didn't come through my headset for some weird reason. But thank you, buddy. And obviously, for anybody just coming in, Happy New Year. I was going to say Happy Valentine's Day, but I thought better not. But yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. 2022 underscore. Oh, I need to give you a shout out. Farming underscore guy. Hope I spelled that right this time. Yep. Obviously, if you're not following Farming Guy, he is a fellow SGA member from Australia. Make sure to go over, give him a follow. He does Fallout 76. He does Satisfactory, Farm Sim. He's currently playing on the Yukon Valley map. He's done a load of work on there, actually. It's quite surprising. Looks absolutely amazing. Let's see if that took effect. So, fingers crossed this time. Let me jump down to this tractor. Please keep your fingers crossed. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. There we go. So it is gone. Bye bye. Sign. So if I actually come into that, I might be able to spot it. Or maybe not. Jesus, so far down I can't even see it with the mesh. Well, that's good then. So there you go. So it does work. Just make sure to run from the unzipped folder, not the zipped folder. Cool. I like it. There's no leftover collisions there, so that's not going to even cause any issues. So that's even better. Yay! Right, so let's get rid of these funny little lines. And get this guy going. Not so grumpy, dwarf. How are you doing, bud? Happy New Year as well to you. And let me spin you around. Actually, I might as well finish off this little bit myself. Oh, fudge. Then we'll carry on doing a little bit of landscaping. The nice thing is I've got that free landscaping mod installed, so it's not going to cost me anything. The only thing it does seem to cost me is obviously any trees or little placeable rocks and stuff like that. And how's Mr. Scurvy Ham doing?
I'm alive. How you doing, Billy?
Not too bad, bud. Happy New Year, by the way. Oh. You sound healthy.
I feel so healthy right now. Happy New Year to you too.
And while I think about it, hey KW, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year as well. And let me give a couple of people a shout out. Mr. Wheels. Mr. Wheels isn't here. It's Mr. Scurvy I am at the minute. But obviously, if you're not following Not So Grumpy Dwarf, make sure to give him a follow, guys, when he does go live. And ooh, Mr. Scurvy Hyam, thank you very much. 16 months? Wow.
Yep.
Oh, just for that, you can have a shout out as well. Make sure to give him a follow, guys. He
Thank you.
loves playing World of Warcraft and other such similar games. But you're very, very welcome. Am I missing Mr. Wheels or something? Has he commented and I've totally missed it? Nope. Okay, but obviously if you haven't checked out Mr. Wheels 24/7, make sure to click on his link, give him a follow, guys. He was unfortunately playing a bit of Escape from Tarkov recently, and seems to have a thing for Minecraft as well. But please don't hold that against him, because he is an amazing member of the community and streamer.
But he plays Minecraft.
To be honest, I don't mind a little bit of Minecraft every now and again.
Oh, I don't know who you are. Just kidding. I think you were playing it the other morning, right? Some Saturday morning, a few weeks ago?
My daughter was, yeah, she plays it.
Your daughter was,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't played it in about 2-3 years, something like that. So, yeah. How you doing, Viking streaming? And Big Daddy, how are you doing, buddy? I believe 6 scurvies like wheels. Ah, okay, gotcha.
Oh, I'm muting myself. I'm sorry.
That's fine. But yeah, obviously, if you're not following Big Daddy as well, make sure to give him a follow, guys. He's another member of the SGA and an amazing streamer when he streams. I'm just going to rub that in a little bit. Big Daddy was doing a bit of Fortnite. I must have missed that one. Right, so what I want to try and do here is set up a low point to high point. So let me go maximum strength, maximum size. I'm going to set it to V. Now if any of you guys have not done the slopes, it's really kind of simple. What you have to do is go to the highest point to start off with and press the right mouse button, and that's going to lock in the height. So somewhere around about there, I've just done that. Then what you do is you go down to the lowest point. So obviously I want it to maybe start somewhere around here. Then with obviously your left mouse button, you want to just start aiming back up to the top of that hill there. Just go back and forth, and that's just going to smooth it and create that perfect slope all the way down. Something like that. That looks pretty good. So then just come across again. One thing I always do is I always reset it for the next row, because sometimes it'll start coming off at a weird angle. So I want to set it somewhere up here, I think. So come back down to that low point and then just aim back upwards, and it should roughly marry in with that first one. Now, one of the biggest issues is these little buggers. There we go. Where it dips down that little bit is kind of an annoyance. There we go. Obviously that is dipping far too low. Why is that? Let me drop it down just a fraction, just bring that back up. There we go. It's not too bad. I don't mind a little bit smoothing off on there. See, as you can see, it's now reverting to doing it the opposite way on there. So obviously we need to go back, find that high point, right mouse button, then go to the lowest, and then just start going back up again. Obviously it doesn't have to be perfect, because obviously in real life you don't get perfectly level things, and there's something having a little play there. Then also, what you can do afterwards is go over the smooth tool and just make it look a little bit better. Surfing Cowboy's lurking. Breakfast time, see you later. Alright, Surfing Cowboy, thanks for popping in, mate. Hope you have a nice breakfast. Breakfast? Jeez. It's like 7:30 in the evening.
I just had lunch and took a nap.
Yeah. Right, let's see if I can get this bit to bugger off. Right, let's have a little look. See, these are always the ones that are tricky. I'm not sure why it happens, to be honest. But if you can't get rid of it, what you could always do is just make it a feature in the middle of the field as well. Right, come on. I wonder, is there something under there? Not seeing anything. Very strange. Because I'm actually raising that up. Which is... Oh, actually, no, I'm flattening it. Haha, that helps. Should be raising that up. There we go. But yeah, I'm not sure why that happens. But yeah, what you could do is make it like a little pond, some trees around that, if that ever happens to you guys. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, that is terrible. That little bit.
I just looked up to the screen. What did you do?
So obviously this is where I'm flattening it to create a field at the starter farm area. But there's always, every now and again, there's one little spot in the landscape and it just doesn't seem to like want to be landscaped. That bit right there. I don't know why. It's only 9:30 AM for you. Oh yeah, I know. But yeah, it's kind of a pig. Let's see if we can level that a little bit more. There we go. That's not too bad. Just tweak around a little bit and go with this smooth tool, see if that helps. But yeah, what I might just do is that little one spot is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So what I might do is just make a nice little grassed area in the middle there with some trees and work around it. There we go. Yeah, because that is just not going anywhere. Same with that one right there, for some reason. Let's have a look at that there. Let's see if we can do something with that. Let's drop that down a little bit. Go back to the round. Yeah, see, there's another bit right there. Oh, it's a nightmare. May end up with two smaller fields there. Actually, this is where all the buildings were, so that could be what it is. Maybe there's a collision still there. Oh, that's a fecker. Yeah, that is going to be an issue. Let's try taking it down a little bit more. Now, to be honest, I've not really had too many issues with the landscaping like this before, but I have seen several people having the same, saying that they've had this issue before. But I do have an idea. I'm thinking of a big pond in the middle here that's going to cover both of them, or all three of them. So let's do a little landscaping. Also, I do have some placeable pond things, or water planes, I'd say. Let's do a bigger one. There we go. Just gonna be a nice big pond in the middle. Thankfully, it doesn't cost me a cent for the whole of this. Let's see. See if I can soften that edge off a little bit. Some of it's okay boating, but every now and again, just these little bits like this. I think it's what it is where there was buildings here before. It's almost like there's still a collision, an invisible collision or something there. I think that's what it is. It just doesn't want to be removed on that one spot or the two spots there. Let's drop that down a wee bit more. See if we can get it to shrink. Nope. So let's try creating a little island. Bring that out a little bit more, maybe. Obviously, where that is kind of hard to landscape that bit, I'm going to make that the central part of maybe a little island. Throw a little tree on there, some plants. I think that should be fine. Maybe a little layered area there. Yeah, it's not bad. Soften that off. That's not too bad for a little pond. So, like I need a pond bed or something similar. What we got? Gravel, dirt, riverbed. Let's see what that's like. Bring that up. Usually when I'm landscaping, I'll do the old circle instead. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. It makes a nice little pond base. There we go. Oh, meant to ask you the other day, Scurvy, how's your little project coming on?
I haven't even had a chance to work on it, so
Haven't you?
that's going to be this weekend.
Okay. And there we go. So let's put a little bit of grass around there. Obviously, all of this area will be end up ploughed around anyway, so just give me a little bit of a workaround. Nothing too special. There we go. Let's get rid of all this as well. That should be fine. Also, what I'll do is I'll go through after the stream anyway and smooth this all off, and hopefully it'll look a lot better. So let's get rid of that. Obviously, I'm not too worried about that field being there. There we go. Tidy that up there. There. Obviously, I've got to come in because obviously you've got to make room for that little road piece there. Which is a bit of a nightmare. That's not too bad actually. It's going to be a good sized field anyway, and I don't mind having that little pond in the middle. There we go. Let's just paint that up as well. So this is all going to end up being a field anyway. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a troublesome one, this area, that's for sure. Right, so obviously I don't want to come all the way down, so I'm kind of thinking somewhere around about here. Also, we do have that road coming into the farm to think of as well. So I think to move back there. So that should be fine. We'll just get rid of that. All of this as well can go. Something like that. That's not too bad. I think I can get away with that. Where's the golf course going? Actually, this could be a golf course, I suppose. Tip. I have found that placing an object like a water tank. That's an idea. Yeah. Actually, I might give that a try a sec before going any further. Let's go with one of these guys. Nope, too small. Anything bigger? Jeez. Building. Ooh, got a nice big one there. Let's see if we can do a couple of these. Not enough money. Yeah, I'm also skint, which doesn't help. And he's full. Let me turn you off a minute. And save that. But obviously, the nice thing is, obviously, what you can do is create a feature if you do have these little issues. That's basically what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to create a little pond. And on, I think it's on the in-game mod hub under, I think it's the decoration stuff. There is, if I can remember where the heck they are, decorations. I think it's under other, if I remember rightly. There is some water fill plates. There we go. Right, let's go with a big round one. Now the only problem is you can't really angle them properly. So I may have to do a couple. Let's try something like that. Obviously it's going to be on a hill, so it's going to be a bit of an issue, but it's not too bad actually overall. Let's try a little bit more painting on that corner. Oh, wrong one. I want the riverbed. It's that one. Yeah, but I had it once before, and that's actually an area just over here. I ended up putting a little pond in there as well. Just couldn't get rid of the friggin' thing. Yeah, exactly. We need some I don't know, golf sticks and stuff, mods. Right, so what I could do is maybe something like that. I don't know. Actually, it's something else you could possibly do. You've got these rocks as well. You could actually stick on top of it if you really don't like it, and hide the bugger. There we go. Let's try this. Rotate it around. Something like that. Just hide that corner. That's not too bad actually. It's almost natural, isn't it, guys? I like it. Got a nice little pond there. Let's stick something on top of this one here. Let's have a look. Maybe a couple of these little ones. See, just because you come up with a little bit of a bump, doesn't mean to say you can't make it look pretty. Come on. Let's bring that into there. See, I want to have a little bit of that showing to see if I can get a tree just in the middle there. Nothing too big. I think something like a willow will be quite nice there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. It's perfect. That's not bad, actually. Pop that there. It's like it's been here forever. Look at that. Dang. And then what I'll just do is throw a little bit of grass going around it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take that up a little bit more. Obviously, most of this going around is probably going to be ploughed in anyway at some point. Just smoothed off a little bit, but there you go. There's a little bit of a quick landscaping issue resolved. I like it. It's like a little oasis in the middle of a field. Oh, and now some fishies to go in there as well. 6 balls, yeah. That'd be kind of cool. I used to love Crazy Golf. when I was growing up. My dad, at one of the places we used to live, he actually created a little mini golf course going around where the house is. It was kind of mental, but it was fun. Go out there in the middle of the summer. Obviously, you used old like baked bean tins as the holes. It was kind of fun. Just dig some holes in the ground, throw the baked bean tins or any old metal tin. Obviously change them every now and again, because obviously you do go rusty in that, but yeah. Let's throw a few flowers in. It's not too bad. Random put them in. Get some. Now, when it comes to these bushes, I tend to go for the smaller trees rather than the bushes, because then you can delete them really easily with a Brooks or something. Hey Neon, how you doing? See maybe a couple of these scattered around. Nothing too special. Maybe a little slightly bigger one at some point. Just sort of coming away from the waterway itself. There, and actually let's go down one. Something like that. And then obviously every now and again pop out and have a look at your little... Oh, that looks kind of nice. You get the froggies as well. Is there a mod that uses propane and tar? Not that I know of. Unless it's something for the map itself that you're on, Mike. Yeah, not sure to be honest. Nothing on our maps. I want. Let's see. Yeah, nothing that I can think of on ours anyway, so... Ah, thank you there. Now everyone would need a toilet, wouldn't they, while they're out and about, so... Gotta put one of them down. I'm looking for I'm sure I've got some, like, chairs and... down here somewhere. Kind of thinking a nice little seated area. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, that won't work anyway. That won't work. I'm sure I've got like park fence chairs. I'm sure I've got some. Yeah, they got something like that. Nice little place to sit down as well. Look at that. Rotate that. Actually, to be honest, the plants are bigger than the freaking chair. What the heck? That is not good. I'll have to have a look and see what else I've got. But yeah, I think that's not too bad actually. And if you want to get really terrible, what you could have is maybe a truck or something that's broken down on the... Oh, that's not bad actually. Oh, I just ruined it, didn't I? But yeah, that's not too bad actually. I'm happy with that. But obviously what I'll do is I'll end up, after this stream, I'll come through, I'll take a little bit more time, I'll actually flatten that off properly, and then get it ploughed properly. So I've got other work to do. I can't be focused on that all the time. Where are the ducks? Yeah. That's something I haven't found yet, is duck mods. Right. Let's put you back on hired helper. Let's go get this emptied out. Happy little accidents. Yeah, how you doing, Braven?
Hey, Raven.
There's a mod that makes diesel, propane, and tar. I can't use the tar or propane. Oh, that's weird. Is that something off of the in-game mod hub there, Mike? Because there could be corresponding productions that will maybe turn that stuff or use that stuff into something else. I don't know. But yeah, how's Mr. Braven doing today? I had planned on getting a field sown with some canola, but that kind of went out the window. She had. Forgot where you found it. Ah. See, what you could always do is Google that particular mod as well, or the modder, and see if it comes up with anything else. Preparing another update right now, yeah. Ah, okay. I did notice you posted one, I think it was earlier or last night. I did mention it to Dave. But obviously he's not been around today yet. Obviously Dashed Out will be going, hopefully streaming later on, guys. Make sure to go over and see what he'll be playing today. Not sure if it's going to be doing modding, whether FS22, Hunter Call of the Wild, or something else. But let's give him a shout out. Make sure to click on his link if you're not following him already, and check out his stream out. It was 22 hours ago for me. It was, yeah, I did see it. Cool. Lots of work ahead, eh? I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. But yeah, thank you very much, by the way, for making me a partner. Not sure why, but thank you. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I need to get my gold sorted out at some point as well. Yeeps. That should be fine. But yep, I will be jumping off in a little while, so I'm probably going to need to find somebody to raid over to in a minute. Don't know who's out there in the world of Twitch. Let's have a quick look, see who's currently streaming.
Am I in Rivals?
Oh heck, don't want that. Go away. Ooh, blimey, not that many at the minute. Hopefully, I think Mr. Jababo's usually due to come up soon, so maybe see him. Mr. Culp, how are you doing, buddy? Dang, turns out I was tabbed out. I got to do another shout out. So, Culp TV, who's currently been playing a bit of Diablo 3. And I've been doing a little bit of server play with Darius Frost and the guys, Mr. Neon there and stuff. So make sure to go over, give him a follow, guys. Quick question: can we use the PV warehouse on maps for PV storage items? You can. However, some of them may give you field type warnings where they haven't been added to the packs yet, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, give it a try, you should be able to use them. Obviously at some point, once most of the factory's out, and obviously Dave's got his new map out, I am going to be working on the FS19 storages. Hopefully we'll get them all back. Already got one converted. I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of the buildings partly converted to 22 already on those storages. At some point we're going to have the Bauer Logistics coming back. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet, whether it's going to stay as like a mega storage or if it's going to be used more as a distribution I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, I wanted to check with someone who was knowledgeable. And you asked me? Go. I know nothing, buddy. You know that. But yeah, obviously, just keep that in mind if you are going to use the storages. Some of them may throw errors or field type warnings. What you could technically do is just take out the ones that do temporarily until they get added in. But yeah, you could use Boomhauer storage if you've got that. Obviously that's going to throw warnings anyway, so yeah, go for it. Oh crap, I need to stop reading chat. Yeah, I know, but I still like saying it. Yes, I definitely do like saying it. Right. I know nothing. I need to get that as a blurb or something. I know nothing.
Sergeant Schultz off of Hogan's Heroes.
Ah, okay, I'll have a look at that.
That's where I know nothing, I see nothing, I hear nothing. Yeah, that was him.
Ah, okay. Come on, you gonna unload? Probably too freaking high. Hello, mate. Are you good to unload? No? You dummy. Yeah, exactly. A warning. Obviously, yeah, field type warning. Holy crap. Thank you, Patrick, for the jump scare. Oh, jeez, that was loud. Oh, and how you doing anyway, Patrick? There we go. Yep. Oh, fiddlesticks. Ah, come on. Where are you going? Yep, you got me a little bit there. There we go. Oh, blimey. Yeah, these sound alerts are going to give me a freaking heart attack with these days. There we go. There we are. And I see that somebody's just gone live, so that's good. We'll have somebody to raid over to in a little while.
Oh, I see. Yep, fellow SGA member.
He is. Doing alright, better now, lol. Good. What, because you jump scared me? That's not fair. How rude. Anyway, yeah. Let's get this tractor out of the way. Yeah, really need a decent trailer for offloading that thing.
What trailer is that?
This is one of the Brantners. It's a little bit high. The reason I actually went for this because I've been using it a lot as a flatbed. Because the other one I'd probably use maybe the crampy half pipe or something like that, where it's a low one. I really need to have a look. I'm not even sure some
I
of
didn't
these would
know.
be too tall.
Yeah, I didn't know you could effectively tip into one of those trailers with the rock picker. That's nice.
I know nothing. I come from Barcelona. Basel 40, yeah. Oh, now that's going back a bit. See, I almost feel like editing one of these, because I'm pretty sure that's tall enough, the old half pipe. I'll have to have a little play, maybe have a silly sized capacity or something, I don't know. But yeah, obviously when you set these Brentner, this Brentner especially up, you can actually upload it, pallets onto it, which is kind of cool, which is why I ended up going with it. But obviously with this particular one, it actually has a high side as well as a low options in it, so it's going to be this one here. Obviously you got your standard, then you got an extension, then obviously your build trailer, which is kind of cool. Also, you can have it with and without the cover option as well, which is really nice. And that douchebag's gone the wrong friggin' way. I know nothing about the horses. Right. Okay. Boomer, you're a numpty and went the wrong friggin' way, so let's start you on the other end. There's a Billy Alpaca. I know nothing. Maybe I should make a little emote of that or something. That's an idea. An I know nothing emote. Oh, I see another SGA member going live. Wonder what he's playing.
I haven't refreshed my Twitch yet.
Mr. Jab. He's been doing a
Oh,
lot
Jeff,
of Arc recently.
I thought I saw that.
Yes. On a, I think I'm not sure if he's doing a server or not. That's the thing. I haven't actually caught any of him. His streams. He's kind of separated from everybody else. You should add it to your alpaca logo. That's an idea. Yeah, shouldn't I? Yeah. You can sell tar and propane, and there's a mod that's placeable for selling. Ah, okay. Ah. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't like anything for turning in, say for instance, the no, propane's a gas in it. Tar would be maybe something for road works or something. I don't know.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Darius, how you doing?
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of mods out there that have new field types that you can only sell. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Braven. Alright, let me find a nice-ish start point. Okay. Yeah, I think there should be fine. Okay, there's a... Or they're made for a specific map. Yeah. Obviously, I know some of the mods as well are created to run alongside the Terraform mod as well. Which is, yeah, funky. Right then, guys, so as it's now 8 o'clock for me, unfortunately I need to jump off. I've got some washing up to do and other such silly things. So while this guy's doing his dues, I'm going to jump over to this screen, roll the good old credits, and also say a big, huge thank you to everyone for coming out and seeing us in the first stream in the new year. Much appreciated. Big Sexy is in the house. Yes, he is, Mr. Darius Frost. Obviously, a big,
What's up
huge
there,
thanks.
Mr. Cope?
Big thanks to all the moderators and everyone who's obviously Evil Race who raided earlier on. Obviously, Mr. Scurvy Ham for the resub. Much, much appreciated. And also the follows from earlier on as well. Okay, let me see what we're up to. So, we have Ark Survival Evolved. Do you want to see that, or would you like to see a bit of Fallout? Because the SGA members that I've got on my list, one's doing Fallout, one's doing Ark. It's entirely up to you. Unless you've got somebody you'd love to see who may not be on my list. And how you doing, Cowboy Mikes? You want to go see Mr. Jab? Fallout 476. Well, it's Fallout 76, and that's obviously 2022 farming guy. Obviously, Mr. Jababo is doing Ark. You're good. So we've got one-on-one. We want to see Darius. I don't think Mr. Darius is up for streaming quite yet.
I just woke up.
Yeah. See, if Mr. Culp went live, I might raid over to him. Because I haven't seen Mr. Culp in a while. As long as he's doing a decent game.
He's been playing Diablo.
I know. To be
It's a
honest,
decent game.
it's
a good
not
game.
a bad game. How you just woke up as well, have you? Okay. It's not really my style of game. I don't mind listening to it and stuff like that, but watching, yeah, not really. I was kind of in and out of Darius' stream. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, no. Okay, in that case, obviously I've seen a lot of Ark, and I've played it a little bit with my daughter. I've not really seen anything with Fallout 76, so I think what we'd do is go over and see 2022 Farming Guide and Fallout 76. I think, didn't you do some, Darius?
What was that?
Was it Fallout 76? Did you do some of that?
I played some of that, yeah.
I can't remember it. So I think we'll go over and just check that out. And
Yeah,
obviously I don't
I've
get a
played some
chance.
of that.
I don't really get a chance to raid Farming Guy as well, to be honest. Right then, so obviously a big huge thank you to all you guys anyway for coming out. Let me get this raid going. And typical, he's not on my list. 2022 Farming Guy, there he is. Obviously he has just gone live, so he's only got 1 or 2 viewers. And he's probably out there lurking, so he's probably knows I'm going to head over there. Bless him. But anyway, guys, also I'll be back on Friday, same time as usual, before Dave goes live. But until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you again soon. Let's go see what Fallout 76 is all about. Bye for now.